This is episode 77, NoLaughTrack podcast. My name's Justin Severson. I'm here once again. I think I wrote it, 45.
Was I 45 last time?
Episode 45.
Man, you know what? I thought I would not last after like 46 or 47, just from the dust back from what we did. And congratulations, man.
Right. So we're at 77 now.
It's 77.
Not too bad. 44 and 77. Mike Lukas.
And that's Lukas with a K, in case you're trying to Google me. I'm not sure what we talked about last time. I don't even remember what I talked about yesterday, let alone episode 45.
Well, but, I know what you're going to say, and I'm just going to add to it right now before you even say it. This true or false? You won an Academy Award for your role in Urine Fist Fest.
No, that is actually Mike Lukas, Lucas. Who's an Eastern European porn star.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And that's, don't feel bad. That's why I changed my website to tallbaldcomic.com.
Which you obviously haven't been paying the bills on. Because
it's out again.
And this is a repeat of the last time.
Well, you know what happened? See, and this is not an excuse. This is just an explanation. I went to my web authority. I won't mention who that is, GoDaddy. And they GoDaddy. They make it really weird because it's to renew. I thought I was renewing everything. I paid my money, and it turns out all I did was renew my email and give myself like 500 more terabytes of memory or something like that I can store old emails with.
Yeah. And
my website never came back up, and I was like, "No, I paid for that." And then I looked back and I realized what I did, and I was like, "Wow." Go, Daddy, go.
So now they're just sitting on it.
They are sitting on it, and I have, in the last couple years, been doing not as much club work and doing more work on the cruise ships.
Right.
And, or as we call it, the blues ships. I used to have a career, and now it's on arrears. You see, that's why I can't even do blues.
No. Hey, when you work cruises, you're an international star.
That's right. Because everyone in Cozumel, both Bahamas, what is it, Nassau and Freeport, and
Belize.
Belize knows you. But at least Belize, you can get some decent prescription meds. You know, that's
right on the beach.
Right. I mean, literally, right when you get off there. There's a woman from Louisiana that goes down, and she has like 4 pharmacies, and they're all just generic. So right now I'm hopped up on OxyContin. I can't even hear you. I got a Rush Limbaugh ear.
Right.
And and I've also I'm on antibiotics for no apparent reason, just so that I might get a bladder infection. I'm hoping.
So what you're trying to say is you're not the Michael Lukas, just to confirm that.
I'm not Michael Lucas. That's why we ended up doing it that way. And Louie in the house.
Hey, there he is.
You
King of comedy.
You can't see this when you're listening to the podcast, but whenever the owner, Louis Lee, walks in the house, he has to be properly addressed. And both Justin and I think we did a good job.
Yeah, do we sit down now, or do we keep... He closed the doors. I think we can sit down again.
Oh, thank goodness. Oh. Load off. It's so nerve-wracking doing a podcast in front of not only NoLaughTrack, but also NoLaughTrack.
No.
Have you ever done comedy with a LaughTrack in the behind? Oh, that's no good. Oh, you suck. This is bullshit. Who booked him? Oh, you did, Lou. Oh, never again.
You know what's funny is I did listen back to the first time you were on this podcast, and
God, you're good.
Thank you. And towards the end,
I could have listened to it once. You listened to it how many times? At least twice. Good
yes.
Lord.
I know I'm the only one that's done this way. But I asked you towards the end if you had something scheduled a week at Acme, and you said, I don't know, but it'll probably be in the winter.
And here we are.
And this is like
and literally snowed, like 5 inches last night?
Yeah, winter has officially...
It's here.
Not according to the calendar, but according to the weather. It's here. So thanks. Well, you were right.
Well, I mean, don't doubt my powers. That's I guess the lesson you got to learn. Yeah. Like Mother Nature, I'm Papa Snow.
There you go.
Every time I come here, it snows. It's so funny because and every time I come here, I forget that it snows in Minneapolis, and I don't bring gloves. Luckily, I have a winter hat, and I have a coat that is at least I remember one time though. I think maybe it was the last time that it was during 45, not 1945, but show 45.
Yeah.
I brought a jacket because it was January, and I brought it was like way overstuffed. You know, it was like one of those jackets. Well, it'd be like an Eskimo who's ice fishing for like a week without a tent.
Okay.
Would wear this.
Yeah.
And everybody else was wearing stuff like what I'm wearing now, which is like, you know, like we're in Minnesota's. We don't care about snow. We can handle it. But wherever we're going, it's going to be heated.
Right.
And I just remember people were looking at me like I was the weirdo, and I'm like, "Fuck you! I'm prepared." And everyone was like, "No, you're over prepared, and you're kind of a pussy." So this time I brought no gloves. I brought just short pants, no socks. And I've got
flip-flops.
I got flip-flops for the snow and the slush. Although I did know enough today, I saw a bus starting to come past me, and I did know enough to back
up. You backed
up.
away?
Yeah, I backed away. And I swear, at my footsteps was the slush that this bus spewed like at least 8 to 9 feet. And I was like, how did I know that? How did I know that? I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. That's how I know that.
Nice job.
Yeah.
You know, you did one show last night. Today's Wednesday, so you did one show
last show was amazing.
Do you know what you were going up against last night in town here?
Probably something like the Escapades or the Icecapades. Or,
no, same venue that has Disney on Ice in a few weeks, though. When I said flip-flops, it made me think of it. Jimmy Buffett was in town last night.
Jimmy Buffett?
Yeah.
And we sold out here against Jimmy Buffett? That was amazing. We consider anyone, like any audience over 40, sold out. That's what we call sold out. We don't have a curtain that we put in the back. We just there's a mental curtain of shame that we hang that behind the very last bit of audience, which, by the way, sat like close to the back of the room. I never understand that. Didn't. Sometimes they do, man. Like I remember there's at least 2/3 of the way back when there was plenty of seats up front, and I was nothing but nice to these people.
Everyone that they thought,
every one of these douchebags that showed up, I was doing nothing but complimentary comedy to. You know, you're one boob's bigger than the other. You know, and that guy was pissed, and then
that guy,
his wife was tried to stick up for him, and like, so are mine. You know, and it was you saw it. It was just
everyone that you caught eyes with moved chairs.
Exactly right at that moment. He sees us. The comic has eyes. So I just that's how you learn to make it seem like it's a full crowd. You shift them around with your eyesight.
Yeah, absolutely.
And unfortunately, the wait staff just was not amused. Where's table 4? It's now table 11. Oh, God damn you, Lucas! And your evil eye.
Hand him out the door. The evil eye. Exactly.
Yeah, it's on my chin.
I wrote down some of the movies, defined titles of movies that the other Mike Lucas, I call him Michael.
I think he goes by Michael. But a quick story about that. I don't know if I went into this on episode 45 because it's been so long since I've heard it. But just for those of you listening, he's an Eastern European porn star who also has a shaved head.
Yeah,
it's not that he looks like me, but he looks enough like me where if you just saw me once on stage and then went to a website, you would think that it might be me. You know, it might be me playing a joke on the people. And so that's why I had to change it because everybody would come up to me later and go, "Nice, yes, good joke." I'm like, what do you mean? And they're like, the porn star thing. I'm like, "No, I don't know what you're talking about."
No. Not different guy. Different guy.
So give me some. Give me the things I've done. Just give me some of my credits.
Right. Before I get to that,
give me some of my credits, please.
There you go.
Eastern European. This is very good.
You'll listen to what I say because you're submissive, Mr. Michael. From some of these titles, I think you're at bottom.
Oh, am I a submissive guy? Oh, Mr. Look at that. Oh, I'm so submissive. No, the handcuffs are not acceptable. Okay, put them on. It's so nice.
Wait, first of all, how tall are you, Mike Lucas with a K?
Mike Lucas with a K is 6'4", and I weigh about 220.
Do you know that according to IMDb, Michael Lucas with a C is 6'3". So
yes, yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like the similarities were so people would go there and they'd be like, "Nice one," and I'm like, "There's no nice one." I did. And then when I realized what they were talking about, it wasn't the prank. It was my unit.
So if you could tell me anything about any of these movies,
absolutely,
fine films,
absolutely. Because I actually follow the guy now, I might have guest spotted in a couple of his movies. So go ahead.
Well, as I mentioned, the first one I did mention already, Urine Fist Fest.
Urine Fist Fest was amazing. We did it in Taiwan. It was. Well, what it was we had these special fists made up, and we filled them with urine, and then we would fight, and then every time you'd fight, there'd be like the Batman, ooh, ah, except it would go
splash.
Right, and then slowly, the pizza guy got, we beat the crap out of him, and he was naked, and we were naked, and but I don't know if I mentioned it, but it's a gay porno site.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I didn't mention that, but so it was just all women like myself.
Here's another one. Here's another one I want to comment on.
Lying.
I had not seen this one. I'd like to. Flatiron Fuckers.
Oh, Flatiron Fuckers. That was wild. We went to TGI Fridays on that one, and I don't know if you've ever had their Flatiron steaks.
Yeah.
They're delicious. And they got that crazy sauce that you want more of, but they give you like a tablespoon of it, and you're like, what the fuck, really? Is that how valuable is this stuff? You go to Red Lobster, you get as much butter as you want.
That's
fuck
right.
You. Give me another, and it's $1.50 for an extra little thing. All right, but so what we did is we carved holes in a bunch of these Flatiron steaks, and then to the sound of it's "Come Sail Away." Yeah, come sail away, boosh.
By
come
Styx.
sail away, boosh. And each one of those booshes is someone fucking one of those flat iron steaks. And then it was the way they filmed it. It was just all in timing, and so it looked like synchronized swimming. When you see it all kind of come together.
Amazing.
It was really really well done. And the editor, Chikaki Gadua, was just amazing. We got to know each other pretty well. He took me. We played pool. It was great.
There's just a few more here. Maybe this is some of the same people you worked with in Piss Gods.
Piss Gods actually was an adventure for us. We wanted to go outside the box, so to speak, and just do hand jobs. And this is a strictly hand job, which is why we kind of came up with the whole piss theme with that. And gods, well, we all dressed up like Greek gods, and we had it was amazing too, because this one we actually had a budget for, so we had an actual cloud in the studio.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
an actual cloud.
But normally they'll use like dry ice or something like that. Right. But we were able to get a cumulus cloud to work with us. And I got to say, Bill, if you're listening up there, wherever you are, just really well done, because with some of the stuff we did on that cloud would piss a god off.
That's very good.
With a small G, by the way. I don't want to offend any lesbian gods.
But, no, of course not. It's very good. And then was this I'm not even sure. Was this a how-to video? Basic Plumbing 2?
Yeah, Basic Plumbing 2. I thought was not named well, because what it was actually is we took a cadaver and we sliced it open. And to help, this is actually like I don't know if you ever heard of porno helper videos.
No,
but yeah, these are for the high school kids, and a lot of kids struggle with biology, and they don't know what goes in, what goes out, what. So what we did is we fucked every part of the human anatomy from the inside out, and it was. I'll tell you what. If you've ever had formaldehyde on the tip of your penis, you know that the looks on our faces were real. I'll just say that the looks of horror on our faces were absolutely real, and we'd like to thank Debbie Johnson, the cadaver. Which, if you could do us a favor, Justin, just keep that anonymous. We don't want anyone to know who that is.
Oh no.
Yeah. That was one of the conditions of getting to use her.
Debbie, the single mom who passed away in that car accident.
She wasn't dead when we started. That's the weird thing. That was the weird thing, and that's why I didn't really want to go into it. But she became a cadaver during the course of filming, and we said, "Why stop? Why stop?" I am Mike Lukas. I don't stop. I keep going. It is what I do, and the children need to learn about biology.
When they do like you're making a film, but then behind you, they're filming that, making a documentary.
Yeah, and
I hope that exists.
Yeah, I'm hoping that there was a shadow documentary going on. There was a guy there who was like furiously masturbating, and he had a camera in his hand, but I don't know that he was filming anything in particular. But he had a beard. I know that. So
may have been a relative.
If that helps in finding his identity, he did have a beard. By that I mean he had a
fake
girlfriend.
Perfect. Oh, that was good.
A hoe beard. Hold on, wait. Oh, did you hear that?
Oh. Oh, someone's having a beverage.
Yeah, well, it's midnight. Why not, right?
That's true. It is true. Wait.
Somewhere
it is. The last time, we should talk about this briefly. The last time you were in town is because you were doing that crash and burn.
Oh, yeah, that was a great show. Tim Slagle is in charge of that.
Yeah.
And Louis Lee, our illustrious owner, is nice enough to let us go up on stage and do a half hour of brand new stuff.
Yeah, he
all week long in front of his crowds, and then still have faith that the club will be open at the end of the week. But it actually turned out to be really, really cool. Like the people that were doing the show were just amazing. And
one was Tim Harmston, who was here last week.
Yeah, Tim would. I think Tim probably did the best out of all of us. He had a lot of material that he was like kind of working on, but he just never put it up yet. And he was just so funny. Well, he did. It was mostly knock jokes. No offense, to him, but the formula was there. You could tell. He wouldn't say knock knock. He'd say ding dong, and you'd have to say who's there. But it's eventually you figure out you're getting sucked into it.
I thought the reply to that was that the doorbell?
Was that the doorbell? It was. Guess who's here at the door? Parrot who? It's actually like 9 beats longer than the original, which I thought was a very daring choice to make. But Tim really rocked that show.
Banana who? Wrong floor.
Wrong floor. Aren't you glad I didn't say wrong floor? Yeah, but who and
Emily Galati.
Emily Galati was great. She was the youngest of all of us. She was 4 years old at the time.
Yeah, and
she shat herself at least 3 or 4 times during the course of the show. We had to change her while she was doing it. Well, she had pull-ups, so it wasn't too bad.
Okay.
But no, Emily Galati was she was like I think she's in her early 20s, and the rest of us were like craggly old men.
Yeah,
like well, comedy is when we started out, we didn't have microphones, we had megaphones.
Guys like you should not even be around a girl like her.
You know what? Guys like me think of girls like her as like our little cousins or nieces or nephews. I mean, if you're like me, if you're like the other Mike Lucas, I don't know what you think of those girls. You think of them as potential actresses, I guess.
Disgusting. But
she was incredibly talented. Tim Slagle, like the guy's got a memory like a elephant horse. Yeah, because he forgets some stuff. But for the most part, by the end of the week, we had to be off book and just do our act, and that's when my act came alive. It was during the last 5 minutes of the last show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was really.
So, are you using anything from that week? Anything?
Yeah, ding dong. Okay, I'm using one of the other comics' jokes. Fair enough. All right, you caught me.
Did someone getting off an escalator? Wait, no, what?
What fella can I push for you? That's the actual answer to that one. I actually am using some of the jokes. Let me see. One of the jokes I use, I say, at the airport, your zone's called, and then all of a sudden people start forming like side ramps into your zone line.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you can't do that. You can't form a side ramp onto my zone line. And I'm blocking one guy, and his wheelchair knocked over my carry-on. And I was like, all right, speed racer, you're in a fucking hurry. You go. You broke your leg. I didn't. I'm not the clumsy ass. And something like that. It goes on and on, me making fun of handicapped people. It's
Perfect.
really funny. It's really funny. I continue to make fun of him for standing on the walkway. Really? You're going to stand there? You're really going to stand there? On the right? I didn't break my leg. You did, douchebag. You got crutches. Use them. So those two jokes have just been real keepers for me. I don't know. Actually, out of all those jokes, the one I use the most is I used it last night. In fact, I talk about my son. Ian Michael is my son's name. And I said, I want to name him Michael, but my wife, she didn't want to fuck a Michael and raise a Michael at the same time. And I was like, hey, you got to do one to get the other.
Hey.
And then boom, boom, and then but he's really stretchable. Like he's 1 year old, so he can fit both of his legs or both of his feet inside his mouth. And I said, he's 1/2 inch away from the goal of every guy in this audience. As if it wasn't, if you could do that, it would be all women in the audience and be like, where's your husband? He's at home doing his yoga, his special yoga, right. His Ian Michael yoga. So whenever you can encourage a kid to have a goal and to just get them to do something important that's other guys will eventually watch you and be proud of, whether it's a sport or whether it's sucking yourself off. I think it's important to really encourage your kid to do that. And he's one, and hopefully he'll forget all about it until he sees the tapes.
You know what I'm doing as soon as we leave here? I'm contacting GoDaddy to get IanMichael.com.
Isn't that little baby that sucks himself? Oh, God, no! That's LUCAS. It's the wrong baby. My wife's like, that's the right baby. How'd you get that footage? Shut up. Oh, and the other joke I did from that I use still, I said, as an adult, as a parent, you can't really get high anymore. You can't smoke pot because you tend to make awful mistakes. Like I remember when my daughter was first born, I tried to get high and sneak it, a little joint in between taking care of my baby. And all of a sudden my wife was like, Mike, why is there a gallon of milk in the baby's crib? And I was like, we got to open up the fridge right now. I said, honey, they're both chubby and white. It's not my fault. Oh, no. I saw it for half gallons only. So we tried to ease our child and warm her up with some milk, but it was rotten. It was rotten. It was warm. It had been hours. Nice. So that was the only other disgusting joke that came out of that one. That's that I still use. Yeah, it's good stuff.
Family
it's good
loves
stuff.
It.
It's good for the kids.
What'd you do for Thanksgiving last week?
Ate, man. I ate so much I couldn't eat pie. That's how much I ate. Normally, I love to eat pie.
What kind of pie?
Oh,
because I have a complaint about pie.
Oh God, bush pie, hair pie, right. Sweet, delicate girl pie. Oh wait, I'm sorry. Are you asking Mike Lucas with a K? Yeah, I like pecan, and you gotta have the pumpkin pie on Thanksgiving. It's a must. You know. But we had like apple. There was like so much pie. But I was actually, the turkey had gone bad, and my stomach was bloated from a virus. I'm positive of that because of the next 4 shits I took were just awful. Oh. And normally they're wonderful. Mm-hmm. Normally they're like a kind friend holding your hand.
Wow, is there anything? There's nothing better.
And these were like 2 balled up fists just pummeling my back. Mm-hmm. So
that's no friend of yours.
No, you know what? And if it is, then there's something wrong with me, mm-hmm. right? If I'm enabling that to happen, and for a couple of days I did actually. I enabled that to happen, but it could have been the turkey, it could have been the stuffing. But I was actually home. That's my favorite holiday. It's like Christmas without having to give shit to people.
Yes.
Except thanks to whatever.
Somebody.
Our family does that thing where everyone has to go around and say what they're thankful for while the fucking food gets cold. It's like I'm thankful that the family's here and that everyone would love. That's my fucking sister. Sorry, just shut the fuck up.
When does that tradition die?
That tradition dies after I talk. Yeah. I'm thankful that my cock is so big and that my balls were in the soda bread, and I just want. You know what? That's enough. What, Mom? I'm not done yet. I'm very thankful. I'm thankful that for the shits I'm about to make, and for the friends I'm about to not make, and I just went on for like a half hour, and finally they're like, "That's enough. This is eat. Shut up." So that's how my Thanksgiving went. And I just say I'm thankful for my mom for always being there to shut me up, unlike here.
Right. I went to Thanksgiving, and when the meal was done, I went to go get some pie, and I'm like, okay, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm looking them all over. I don't recognize anything as my favorite, which is pumpkin.
Right.
So then
a given.
Yeah. And I asked my aunt. I said, where are you guys hiding the pumpkin pie? It's right. It's this one. It has the pecans on top. And
no, lady.
No.
Pumpkin. That's a pecan pie.
Yeah.
That has pumpkins underneath it.
Yeah, not the same.
No, it's not the same at all. So you got to put whipped cream on that thing.
So I did end up eating that.
Did you flick off the nuts? I don't know.
Mike Lucas
with a C is asking. What did you do with the nuts?
What do you really want to talk about?
How do you handle the pecans?
Fill my mouth, of course.
Of course.
Yeah, I ate them. I sucked it up and ate it. But
but it doesn't taste the same, does it?
No,
does it? Yeah. No. Either way that we were talking.
Exactly. I can only assume.
Oh, whatever.
So that was the disappointment.
I talked to one of your college roommates. I know what's
that's
going
right. On. Pumpkin, goddammit. It's a freaking.
That's is turkey and pumpkin pie. If you just had those 2 things for Thanksgiving, no one would bitch. And cranberry sauce that looks like a can.
I like that kind.
I
don't
do
even
too.
care. I like both.
My sister tried to make cranberries sauce out of cranberries.
Yeah, I don't care.
It was god awful. No. She even wouldn't leave it at the house. She took it with her out of shame.
Oh.
Yeah, she was like, I can't.
No.
Yeah, just done. I'm putting it out of commission. She benched it. She benched the cranberries. They're like, no, we'll play. No, you won't. You taste awful and you're sour.
Have you worked some cruises in the last? Over the summer?
Last 3 years? Yeah.
No, since the last time we spoke. We spent a little bit of time talking about
them. Yes. Have we spoken in the last 3 years? Yes, we have. So I just guess what I'm saying is I'm not being defensive. I'm not. No one's calling me anything. I'm just saying I'm working on these Carnival cruises. Actually, I got to say, I did a cruise ship when I was first starting out. Well, I should say, I've been doing this for 23 years, this podcast, it feels like, so far.
Thank you. No.
Wait, what? No, I've been doing comedy for 23 years, and in this sixth year of Mike Lucas's, with a K's, career, I did a favor for it was a favor for me. It was good money, but he said, come on aboard a cruise ship with me. And this guy, Rich Papura, he's like a kind of like an Amazing Jonathan. He's kind of like Purposely Bad Magic, but it's really funny and goofy and stuff.
Cool.
And he just Norwegian Cruise Lines. He owned them. Like he was the king of comics on there. So he got me 3 weeks for like a great amount of money, especially at that time for me. And I went out there and they put me on the first night. I'd never been on a cruise ship before, let alone done cruise comedy. And it was 1,500 people, and they were all, I swear to you, like not one of them was under 60.
Yeah.
And most of them were over 70. And I always say, like, the sound of like 200 people laughing is so much quieter than the sound of 1,300 people not laughing. Just the oh, how dare he? And I was the cleanest I've ever been. I was but I'd only been doing it for maybe 6 years, and they wanted a whole hour. So, I ate a big dick that night. I mean, it was just awful. It was just terrible.
Yeah.
And the whole time the band is behind you. Like because it's Mike Lucas.
Oh boy!
And then they just sit there the whole time, and they have to like kind of like not play with shit and not like talk to each other while you're up there making people laugh. Well, I wasn't making people laugh. People were just just horrified by my type of comedy. And
give him a rim shot.
Yeah, where are the jokes? Tell us some jokes with the punchlines and stuff. Did you do ding dong jokes or not? According to your website, they're all ding dong jokes. And then so they put me on. So then, like, if you're a comic, you do 2 shows in a row, like on a cruise ship like that, and you suck that badly, then you sit on those shows mentally and emotionally, and with like deep down in your soul until you have a good show, and that erases that.
Yeah.
Well, that was a Sunday night, so that went all the way to the very next Saturday, and then they put me on the very next like a week after that. On a Friday. Mm-hmm. So for almost 2 weeks, I had to sit on those 2 turds. And so the whole time I'm
knowing you got to get up again.
I have to get up again and do it. And knowing that no matter what I say, these people are going to be offended. And by the 3rd week, I swear to God, I was doing songs about Cozumel. And I was doing a poem about Jamaica, and it was just like, I was like, what do you want? I'll do it. I was juggling knives. I've never juggled knives before. That's why you can tell now it's Stubby's Lucas. No, but I was doing everything I could, and they showed me one of the ratings from that cruise, and this guy, I always remember his name. And this happened maybe 6 months before I got my first Tonight Show, and the guy's name was Edward R. Fee from Missouri, and he was like, you just look on the tally list, and it was like food excellent, staff excellent, and go all the way down, guy who cleans the spittle off the fucking excellent, entertainment just awful. And then it's like, he's like, I've been on 162 cruises. He starts off. Yeah. Right away, I'm like, holy shit. This is not the guy you want hating you.
Yeah.
And he's like, I've seen some good comics, some not so good comics. The bald guy was the worst. And you can just hear his old voice just like is like trembling writing on the, and he just kept going through, and like he was ripping me a new one like the whole time. And then it had an arrow on the bottom, and then on the back.
Oh, more.
It filled the whole back. See back. Oh, and the guy who handed it to me was like, he made a copy of it for me. He goes, I'm not allowed to do this, but he goes, I figured you'd get a kick out of this.
Yeah.
And then what I wanted to do is, after I did the Tonight Show, I wanted to drive to Edward R. Fee's house and beat the shit out of him. And go, who's funny now? Who's funny? And just play the tape of my Tonight Show appearance and just punch him and make him watch a joke. What are they doing? They're laughing. Punch. What are they doing now? Oh, they're laughing again. punch, huh? What do you say? The 163 cruise. This is your 163rd cruise, Edward R. Fee. So he's probably dead now. So that's the only
You should friend him on Facebook.
Hey Ed, it's me, Eddie Bob. What's going on, my friend? I'm headlining at Acme. What are you doing, dick?
You
gardening.
You told me the first time. The first time,
number 45.
You did. You're in Second City, alum.
Yep. I did
Vegas.
I did Second City in Chicago and Vegas. I did a Improv Olympic in Chicago and Los Angeles, and I also did the Annoyance Theater in Chicago, which is basically there's a way to differentiate between the three theaters. I don't know if you give a shit about them, but basically Second City uses improv to create sketches, and that's what you do the show. And then at the end of the show, they'll improvise. Improv Olympic was started by Del Close, who's like the god of, they use they say they use his skull for Hamlet now at one of the theaters in Chicago. That like he actually put that in his will. I want you to use my skull for Hamlet. I'm not sure if it actually happened.
Good story.
Or if it's true, but it's great.
Yeah.
And he said, I think improv is advanced far enough where it should be a product in itself. Like we can actually do improv in front of a live crowd and do it well enough where it's a worthy show.
Yeah.
So he started Improv Olympic with another lady, and they made that into taught classes and had different levels, and so that was the most fun because they would do long form improv, which would, instead of just doing short little scenes, we would just get one suggestion, and then you would just go ahead and just like riff off of that, and then you'd riff off of the different scenes that came before that.
Yeah.
Annoyance Theater was just anything goes. Like they would just do the most like crazy, and they would have Wild Horrors Moms, a bowl, like that would be the name of a show. And you're just like, what the hell is that? And then you go in there, and sure enough, that's what it is. But the Second City, I ended up doing in Vegas, and I think I mentioned the last time. My roommate he actually ended up being pretty famous. His name is Robin Williams. I don't know if you know him, but we roomed.
Never heard of him.
Never heard Hack. No, Jason Sudeikis.
Yeah,
he's in a lot of movies now.
I just saw my girlfriend. I just watched. Have you seen his? It's on demand now. We're the Millers.
No, but I heard that it's he's in it. No, I don't know. I haven't got a chance. I had two kids. The chance to watch a movie from beginning to end is like impossible with a 1-year-old and a 4-year-old.
Yeah, no,
I
know. I was there. My kids are a little older now, but not too.
The credits are rolling. It's Dad, Mom, Dad, Mom, Dad, Mom. What are you doing? We're watching a fucking movie.
Yeah, there's a 3-year span of my life I didn't see one new movie. But I was just gonna say his movie, We're the Millers.
He's great, isn't he?
Very funny. I liked it.
He
gross out humor.
Of course,
good stuff.
Of course. I mean, all those movies tend to be. But Jason ended up being like quite the actor, and a very funny comic. But when we met, he was nobody and I was nobody, and now only one of us retains that title. I'll let you guess who it is. It's not a Miller. But nice. But it was funny because Jason was a lot younger than me, and he had, and comically I'd been in the business longer than him. But I don't know if you know that, but he's George Wendt's nephew, from George Wendt, Norm from Cheers, and so I got to meet him and hang out with him, and it was really kind of cool. And,
wow.
So when we first got there, I pride myself, and I hope this doesn't get, I know that a lot of people from New York listen to this podcast, so I don't want to get I don't want to get Jason in trouble, but he had never smoked weed and he had never watched Monty Python before he had met me, and I was like, dude, you've never seen Monty Python? You've never smoked weed? You've never done both together?
Yeah.
And
I was just going to say, which one comes first?
The weed and then the Python, of course.
Yeah.
Or you could Python it up and watch an intro and go, what the hell are they saying? And then you smoke weed and you're like, oh, no, I hear what they're saying. It's like
wafer thin.
It's a wafer thin. Fuck off, I'm full. But I couldn't believe it, and then he turned me on to writing really funny comedy, and God, what was the name of the band? It's the one guy they had Ben Folds 5.
I love Ben Folds 5.
Yeah, and then when he went solo, it was Ben Folds 3, I believe, because there was only 3 in the first place.
Right.
So, but I had never heard of them, and he turned me onto them. So it was really cool. And when we first got there, we were just doing bits because we were just in rehearsal, and we were bored, and he was discovering pot. And so we just came up with the idea that we were living in a corporate apartment, and they had these memos that they would put up on everything, like every elevator, every every place that a person would look.
Yeah.
And we like the first week we were just like, what the fuck is with these memos, man? This is So we took one of them down, and we whited out all the the pertinent information, and then we Xeroxed them nice enough on good paper to look like the original ones.
Right.
And then we began to print our own announcements. So we started posting stuff like just the most inane shit in the world, like, say Kirkman Towers, ever want to be part of the NBA? Well, an NBA scout's coming here to try out your skills. Show them you can dunk. Show them you can lay up. Show them anything you got.
No.
And this is all like old people that are living with us. And we just kept doing stuff like that, like, do you like Jell-O? Well, let's test your best Jell-O recipe against all the other Jell-O recipes. Monday at 3. Monday. All Jell-O all day. Just stuff like that. And we would put them up at like 2 and 3 in the morning. And
Were you getting your other people in the building to come up to you and go, say, what is this all about?
Hey, man, where can I ball? I want to show some of my skills. No, because they would take them down by like 6 a.m. So we finally figured out that we had to put them up like at a time where just before people were going to work. So we're like we're not getting paid for this. So as a project, Jason and I are like running around the building at 6 a.m. Just buck wild naked, just pinning up these things naked so they couldn't identify us. 2 white bodies were seen.
Right.
2 pale, white, ugly bodies, one with, one without hair. But it's pretty cool to watch. A lot of my friends, I've watched them, go from being, just like, my buddy to all of a sudden being a star. And I haven't talked to Jason since. So I feel like we're still friends. He hasn't called or reached out or, maybe, let me pull on his, strings, his coattails.
Let me have his leftovers. Anything. Even his ex-wife. Anything. Whatever. It doesn't matter. I was just Jason. If you're listening, man, I'm begging you. Just a crazy neighbor. I'm a crazy neighbor. Hey, you kids, get off my lawn. I do stuff like that. I'd just be like, can I get my chainsaw back? For God's sake, Miller. Miller.
That would have been great in that movie, don't you think?
Miller's neighbor.
I want my chainsaw. I got scrubs everywhere. Scrub.
Every movie, TV show needs a bald guy.
Absolutely. And I think if Hollywood is going to learn a lesson when I pass, it's we should have used more bald guys.
Mm-hmm. Bald white guys.
No, you know what? I'm fair. I like tan bald guys. I like. Italian bald guys, just any color really. That sounds awful.
No, I don't think so.
No, well, it was the African American who created it. Was Jordan who he did 2 things for actually 3 things, I guess, if you include basketball. For this country in this world, really, he made basketball. He elevated it to a whole nother level of game.
True,
and he de-elevated the level of shorts to his knee. He was the one that complained about the shorts.
You're right.
Yeah,
well,
and
it was true, isn't it?
With him, he started wearing them down lower, and then the rest of the league followed suit. And he was the first one to start going bald and shave his head publicly.
Yeah. Besides
Bruce Willis and Woody Harrelson.
Heroes of yours.
All of them. You want to see my books?
Your books?
I just got just different levels of hair of each of them. If you want to, they're back in the hotel. I travel with them. I never mind. You're laughing. Like them, like it's stupid.
We'll head over there right after this.
Sweet. I knew it. Honey, you owe me $5. That's to my wife.
What state were you born in?
I was born in Indiana, Lafayette, Indiana.
Okay. Because I have a list here. It says here, an online condom store called Condom Media just released the results of they ranked the 50 states by the size of penises.
Okay.
Their results they're based on how many men in each state ordered large size condoms this year.
No shit. Who won? It's got to be Ohio because that's where I'm living now. Talk to me, teddy bear. What do we got? Where's Ohio standing all this?
Well, neither of those are first or last.
Do they put girth in there too as well, or just length? And is that soft or hard? I mean, there's so many ways to judge. You know, is it who's a comic? I don't want to use another comic's joke, but he does the joke about measuring.
From where? Where you start?
From where you start, and then he's like, "That's like from." I start at the taint, and then go all the way up to the tip, and he's like, "That's like measuring the Eiffel Tower from the basement, or something like that."
Whose joke is that?
Yeah, if somebody, it might be a Minnesota guy. I don't know, but it's not mine. I won't take credit for it, but it is a funny joke.
I will tell you,
like a lot of my stuff. It's not mine, but it's funny, and I say it.
Yeah, mine. Somebody named Mike said it.
Hold on. I just got shot by a comic in the back.
Men in Mississippi came in last.
In last?
Last.
Well, it's education.
The rest of the bottom 10, you ready for these?
Oh, boy.
Just if you have any comments.
This is the bottom 10 of the big cock list?
This is the smallest. Do
they give it in inches? Like, do they go
No.
Ohio from 10 to 12?
This is a very unscientific study that was strictly based on the size of large size condoms being sold.
Just okay, all right.
So really, almost nearly.
You
meaningless.
need to do that. You need to do like the same woman's hand. You need to. That's how you measure that. And she's got to go state to state, and she's just got to go one over the other, and she's got to go 1.5, 2. Holy crap, 2.5 a lip. You know what I mean? Because that's accurate. That's scientific.
And then when she went to Mississippi, you would be like, pinky.
Pinky. 1 finger, 2 fingers. This little piggy went to the market. This little piggy was not satisfied at all.
So the rest of the bottom 10, if you have any comments on any of these, Hawaii, Arkansas. Wyoming.
The pineapples is Hawaii. I guarantee you pineapple juice makes your dick shrink. Wyoming, fucking horses. That definitely makes your dick
North
shrink.
North
Carolina, it's the accent.
Yep, Alaska.
Dicks they recede when they hear like, "Hey y'all, how y'all doing?" Zoop. Alaska, it's fucking freezing up there. You should know that.
Shrinkage.
Minnesota's got to be up there or down there somewhere.
No, sir. Missouri, West Virginia, Indiana, and Texas.
I don't live in Indiana. Don't look at me like with a shocked face. Like,
you were born there.
I was born there, and you know why I left? I was tired of these tiny dick motherfuckers getting in my face.
So you're saying the average went down when you left?
Well, I think the reason why it's at the bottom of that list is because I left, and my dad left there too. He went to Purdue, and the nut don't fall far from the tree.
You know what I'm saying?
Shoot.
First is in the Midwest, not Minnesota, but very close.
Let me guess. Not Minnesota, but very close. Wisconsin. It's because the cheese. Well, the cheese, it blocks your shit. Where's it going to go? In your dick.
Number 1, North Dakota.
North Dakota?
Yeah.
Wow. I guess your dick gets bigger when you're driving across nothing for like 6 hours and you're just like pulling on it.
It's all those guys working in the oil fields now.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yes.
Are they putting like soy in the oil now?
I don't know. Does that affect the size of the junk or just create man boobs?
Either way, it's crude.
Yeah.
It's crude. Oil. It's crude. Come on. Don't edit that one out. I want that one to stay.
The top 10 are North Dakota, Rhode Island.
Rhode Island?
South Dakota.
Smallest state, biggest dicks? Jeez.
Who would have thought?
I don't know. That's why it's so small, the state there. No one's got room. You can't move your way around in there. Excuse me. Pardon me. Sorry. My bad.
Was that you or me?
It doesn't matter. That felt great.
Massachusetts. Ohio?
Ohio. All right. There you go.
Oh.
Yeah, that's where I'm from now.
Yeah.
See?
Okay.
Coincidence how Indiana went down when I left. Ohio went up when I got in there.
Huh.
Yeah.
There you go. Arizona, Alabama.
I don't care about those.
New York and South Carolina.
New York. Hey, we're number 1 in everything except for dick size. How you like that now? Best city ever. It's not an opinion. It's a fact. I had an argument with one of my roommates in college. He was like, "No, New York is the best." No, it's not an opinion. It's a fact. We got 3 teams. We got they're just naming off all the shit. New York's got. But you can't. It's not a fact. It's just your opinion.
Yeah, whatever.
It's one opinion.
You're all douchebags anyway.
Yeah, that's how I ended the argument. Well, actually, that's how I end all my arguments. In fact, I'd like to end the podcast with that.
Hold on to that. We're not done yet.
Oh,
just don't forget it.
But you are all douchebags.
I know. I saw you were wearing a Cleveland Indians cap earlier. Is that who's your team? Who's your favorite team?
I like the Vikings. I like the Twins.
Shop.
Where are we? We're in Minneapolis. Oh my God! What a coincidence. We
love this town, don't we, guys?
Yeah. I'm just going to yell it into this empty room so that tonight, when it's full, they'll know there's love here. I grew up. My primary years were in Cleveland, so I have to say I'm a Browns fan and I'm a Tribe fan. I'm not a fan of the logo of the Tribe, although it's highly misunderstood. That smiling Indian that everyone says is very racist.
Yeah,
that was actually a guy who played on the team. It's a true story. It's a guy who played on the team. I can't remember his name, but it was like in the 1918 or 19, like back in the Babe Ruth times and the Ty Cobb times. And this guy always he's always smiling. He was like a happy, and he played for the Indians. And they said, well, let's model it after this guy. And they did that. And then he became a racist symbol.
What?
You imagine? That's true. It's absolutely true. Google it. I don't care. You can go. Well, let's give the listeners just a moment now to Google that.
Like you Googled ultimate drumming technique.
Yeah, that was great. That guy, I'll tell you what, he plays with two sticks, and one of them is solid.
What state do you think he's from?
He's got to be from Ohio. He's I know a Midwest cock when I see one because I look at one every time I pee. Thanks for that. That's a very very like a confidence boosting thing you brought in today, Justin. Thank you. That knowing that Ohio's up top there, it's. Our football team's doing well. Ohio State. I don't mean the Browns. Although I think Browns are going to win state this year. Boom!
Yay!
I figured out though. I think this is another bit I did for the stink and burn or crash and burn or whatever we called it. Turd and burn.
It's turd and burn.
Yeah.
That's a morning show in town here. Not the one I worked.
Turd and burn. I got to get out of here quick, man. It smells. My mom is actually the reason why the Browns suck. She's a jinx.
What?
Do you ever know anyone like that that's a jinx to what sports teams? Like I was watching football with my dad, and and it's like the end of the game. The announcer's like, the Browns are on the 1 yard line. All they have to do is make this one field goal, this simple chip, and they will win the entire game. And it's a snap. And my mom's like, who wants nachos? Oh, fumble. The Browns lose. God damn it, Marge. What are you doing?
No.
I thought it was a commercial. No, it's football. I thought it was a football commercial. You want this? It's real Velveeta. I chop tomatoes. All right, put it down. Just get out of the room. Don't fuck up the post show. That was another one from the turd and burn.
I've got a whole list of questions here, but we can't be here all day, my goodness.
Yeah, that's true. I got a show in 6 hours.
We both have naps to take.
We certainly do.
So, but I'm gonna. I put
to hammer them out.
I put a star next to two of these.
Oh, two.
Just
of them?
read
Okay.
you read them to yourself and answer.
What's the most someone should pay for a quarter ounce of weed? It's the same amount you should pay for a boat. Nothing. Just know someone that has it.
Okay.
But the most for a quarter ounce, honestly, $50. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what you're paying for an eighth right now. I'm not stupid. I had my card when I was in California. I had my card. Yeah. Or as I called it, I have a golden ticket. It's great, by the way.
And how long has it been since you lived
I
there?
moved at 2010, at the beginning of 2010, and like end of 2009, right around the Christmas, right around then. So it's been like almost 4 years since I've smoked pot.
Really?
No.
You full of shit.
It's been that long since I've legally bought it, though. But I don't know if you know, they've got it in vending machines out there. They got it in Cocoa Puffs.
I've heard. I'm always fascinated
They got
by that.
liquid. They got stuff you can put in your eyeball. What's the worst concert you've ever attended? I'll tell you the concert I've attended that was the best one that I acted the worst at. I could tell you that.
Okay.
Asia. I saw Asia, and I
never meant to be so bad, do you?
Yeah, I love it was the heat of the moment. Telling me what you're Yeah, I don't even know the words.
I don't either.
Could you tell?
Yeah.
I was trying to disguise it with excellent clap work. But I wanted to bring this girl to an Asia concert, and this girl, Amy, she just wanted nothing to do with me in high school, and so I ended up asking one of my buddies to go with me, and so we had seats. I actually bought seats, because I loved Asia at the time.
Mm-hmm.
It was a power group. I mean, it had was it Jeffrey Banks or Jeffrey? No, Jeffrey. No, I can't remember who was in it, but some guy named Jeffrey.
Jeff.
Remember Jeff? Jeff was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
He was really good. kudos to you, Jeff, wherever you are. It's spelled with a G.
Geoff.
But I remember he and I got so drunk before the show. I think we might have drank a 6-pack apiece, and at that time, my liver was just so new, and he should have seen it. It was like red. It looked viable.
Yeah.
And we were in the sit-down section where all these people that liked the bands that these guys used to be in are sitting. And we're the only ones standing up, our asses and faces just hammered, going, heat of the moment, only time will tell.
Oh, no.
You leave me now. It was very embarrassing as I look back on it, but it was the best concert that I had been to. Worst concert I've ever been to. I have to say, my sister was playing some John Denver in the living room, and she was just learning guitar, and her voice wavery at best, and I let her know. I told her. I told her. I actually said after she played, I was like, "Man, it's too bad no one in our family could sing." And she never let me forget that ever since. And she's a year older than me, so every year she just says something to me that's like. But in my defense, when I grew up, she said to me, "Boy, if it wasn't for your nose, you could probably be a model."
Well,
like this is it's a fine nose.
There's so many other things I'd point out.
Right. I mean, there's a whole like hierarchy of flaws to my face, and the nose is like at the best number 4, number 5.
Yeah, I was saying 5.
Yeah, I would say 5. How about the stupidest purchase I've ever made?
Sure.
I bought a let's see, what did I buy? The stupidest purchase I ever bought. Well, I mean, God, there's so many. I bought a pair of socks that had one toe. That was dumb. I got, I mean, I'm literally on both. They each had just one toe, I'm just joking because every sock just has one.
Trying to picture.
You're looking at me like, so it's got the one fitted one, and then the rest are like as if they got cut off, or...
now that they sell those shoes with toes, they look like feet. I don't know what's I don't know what's real anymore.
Yeah, well, you know what? It wasn't even fair to do that joke, Justin. I apologize. That was just me reaching. There
you go.
Okay,
I got 3 more highlighted there.
What's the weirdest thing you or anyone has said before or during an orgasm? The weirdest thing was, "Oh God, you're coming." I was panicking because I wasn't nowhere close. What's the strangest place you've ever found?
I love when Derek laughs in the back.
Thank you, Derek. Where is the strangest place you've ever found yourself doing drugs? Oh, fuck. Most of the times I've been doing drugs, I have not been found.
Okay.
But I found myself... you know
what I'm talking about.
No, you know where...
You're like, how the fuck am I with these people?
The best place, I got to say, I guess it was strange, but... it was at the back of the Improv in Chicago when it was open, and we sat on the stage after we did a show and everyone had left, and we just smoked a joint on the stage, and we just felt like heroes. We just felt like rock gods, we just had killer sets and everything, and then the cops came, we got arrested, and then my parents found out, and then I owe them still like $5,000 from that, and then my buddy's still in jail because he sold me the stuff. That's what I went with. What was the last time you met someone that left you starstruck? Oh my God! It has to be this interview right here, Justin.
We've met before. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Let me rephrase that. Number 45. Number 45. That was starstruck. You know what? It's funny because I met a lot of famous people, but living in LA and being in this business, you just meet a million famous people. I guess the one where I was just like, whoa, Dennis Quaid. I met him. And only because he's 4'1", and you never can tell that from looking at him on the movies. But I guess they use like stairwells and stuff like that next to when they're walking together and
4'1",
4'1", at tops. And he was wearing like Kiss boots, so he might be even less, and he had his hair all puffed up.
Oh.
So
Paul Stanley. You sure it wasn't Paul Stanley?
That, you know what? That might have been Dennis Paul Stanley Quaid. No, I actually met Dennis Quaid. I thought that was pretty cool. I was the first like real kind of like movie star that I liked that I met. And
where was that?
I was opening it for Frank Caliendo, and it was in Florida, in Fort Lauderdale at the Improv there. And we were staying at the hotel. And that's the thing about, do you ever like stay at a hotel that's so fancy it sucks?
No.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I would way rather stay at a Motel 6 and be able to wake up and get free breakfast, free Wi-Fi. This place, like, they charge you for your Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
you wake up, they charge you for your breakfast. I was just like, just give me a Danish, and it was like $25, because they charged me for the whole breakfast. And I was like, this is so fancy, it sucks. I can't afford to even be around here. I'm sure Dennis Quaid has the same problems, and I didn't want to bring that up with him. But I'm sorry, that's Randy Quaid. My bad.
Randy Quaid is actually stealing the shampoo and conditioner out of rooms.
Oh, if only he was using shampoo and conditioner. His troubles would be so much less.
That's true.
When you arrest a guy and he stinks, it's somewhat, you want to be mean to him.
That's very true. Just on a quick aside here. When I was in Vegas a couple weeks ago. Since when did they start charging for the shitty coffee in the room?
They do?
At the hotel we stayed at.
Not when I was there. The
shitty coffee, where you can brew it yourself and the dirty coffee maker that's never been washed.
The one that obviously was used to like dye someone's hair.
Right.
You're like, what the fuck? What is this? It's for your coffee. We need $1. Yeah, I don't know because when I was there,
selling.
I was with Second City and we were top notch. We were treated right. I actually lived on the corner where Tupac was shot. I swear,
right?
Yeah, I swear to God, I right in that corner where Tupac was shot.
Also, where that guy with the guy that I'm not forget his name. The guy with the
Jimmy Buffett, Tim Conway Jr.
The guy with the giant testicle that was so big he had to support it on a milk crate.
That name escapes me.
No, he lives in Vegas.
That's where I lived right near where he blew a nut.
Yeah,
the other big one.
Oh,
yeah, it was unfortunate. He used to have two carts, and for him it was fortunate, but for us, as fans.
No, there's something for you to Google. One more thing when the show's done.
yeah, I'll be right on that.
When you're posting
big ball Google, but it's just so my wife can check through my my history and go, what's the big ball thing about? Never mind, it was research for a bit.
There's something that they do it in Minnesota each winter.
Big
Ball Fest.
The Big Ball Fest.
Snowball.
And now here we have the Big Ball Fest from Ohio, the number one seed.
Number one seed.
Get it, seed. Come on. Do you get these jokes? Am I just talking to Noah? Oh, there's no one here. Okay, I am talking to Noah. Okay, fair enough.
I think that's it. Let's take it up enough of your time.
Yeah, you know what? I got shit to do, man. Mm-hmm. I've got some drumming techniques to practice.
I do as well. I'm working on the cymbal.
And here's an appropriate end. Wait. Well, the drinks are done, so is the podcast. Folks, If you've been listening and you're sipping something, chuck it down now because we're off.
We're done. Quickly, people can find you on Twitter.
You can find me Twitter. I'm Mike Lucas 4. If you're lucky, right now I'm at 155 followers.
Oh, nice.
And I was at 154 when I got here in Minneapolis. So somebody took me up last night on I offered, if you want to be 155, you got to go now. If you're listening now, if you want to be 156, go now.
Strike.
I have more tweets than I have followers. So I'm trying to keep that going.
It's almost like they're personalized.
I could actually have 2 per.
Perfect.
I'm tweeting you, sir.
Mike, thank you.
Justin, consider yourself twittered.